Today is a super exciting day. We're about to go on a vacation. Yeah, we've been waiting for this all year. We're ready for sun and fun and beach. But, uh-oh, I heard it might rain. Well, can we have a good vacation if it rains? Do you guys think we can? Well, I don't know, but we're about to see, because we're about to read a book about a family of bears who learned too much vacation might not be the best thing. This book is called Too Much Vacation by Stan and Jan Berenstain. Well, that's everything, Mama Bear said as she and Sister and Brother Bear held the car lid shut so that Papa Bear could tie it down. Not quite, said Papa, running back into the tree. We almost forgot the camera. When good vacation memories, we'll want to have them, and we'll have our camera. What would a vacation be without pictures to remember it by? Good thinking, Papa, said Brother. May I take some pictures when we get there? How about me? Sister wanted to know. Of course you may, said Papa as they bundled into the car. We're going to take pictures of the most wonderful vacation the Bear family has ever had. All right now, everyone buckle up and we'll be on our way. 4 safety belts clicked into place and they left their safe, comfortable treehouse and headed for the excitement and adventure of a vacation high up in the wilds of the Great Grizzly Mountains. Uh-oh, I wonder what's going to happen up there. It had been Papa's idea to take the vacation in the Great Grizzlies. It'll be a real wilderness experience. We'll live off the land. We're getting too soft here in the valley with all our supermarkets and other conveniences. When he saw the ad in the newspaper, there was no holding him back. It said, "Try a wilderness vacation. A lovely mountain cabin complete with rowboat by beautiful Crystal Lake." Ah, said Papa, painting beautiful word pictures. To wake up with the beautiful rising sun and catch our breakfast from the clear mountain lake. To bathe in its sparkling water. To snack on delicious wild berries as we tramp along the mountain trails. Sounds like fun. To gaze at the beauty of the sunset. Then to sleep through the peace and quiet of a mountain night, far from the noise of traffic and neighbors' barking dogs. It all sounded great to the cubs. "What kind of fish will we catch there?" asked Brother. "Trout, no doubt," he answered with supreme confidence. But Mama wasn't so sure. So, when she packed, she took along some canned goods in case the trout weren't biting, and some books and games in case of a rainy day. "I can almost taste that fresh-caught trout," said Brother, as the road led ever higher in the mountain forest. "And I can almost taste those yummy wild berries," said Sister. "And don't forget my terrific wilderness stew," said Papa as he turned onto an even steeper road. "But we didn't bring anything for stew," objected Mama. "All we brought are some canned goods." "Of course we didn't. Ha 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 ha," laughed Papa Bear. I'm talking about my special Live Off the Land survival stew. It's my secret recipe. I make it from bark and leaves and roots that I find in the woods. When will we get there? Asked the cubs. Very soon. I can tell the smell by the mountain air, said Papa, taking a deep breath. That's not mountain air, complained Brother, making a face. That's skunk! Said Papa, wrinkling his nose. Mama thought this was a good time to start taking pictures. Pew, said Papa. Click, said the camera. There's the cabin, shouted Sister as they rounded a bend. This vacation's off to a not so good start. And there the cabin was indeed. A mountain cabin beside a lake, complete with rowboat. Of course, it wasn't quite as they had pictured it from the ad. Crystal Lake looked more like mud soup. The lovely mountain cabin looked more like a tumble-down shack. There was a rowboat, all right, but it was half sunk in the lake. But Papa wasn't the least bit discouraged. He was more excited than ever. It's perfect, he shouted. The most perfect live-off-the-land vacation spot that I've ever seen. Mama wasn't so sure. She noticed that there were no wires leading into the cabin, which meant no electricity. That's the last thing we need, scoffed Papa. What you need on a live-off-the-land vacation is plenty of can-do spirit and lots of forest smarts. And I got enough of those to go around. Don't know about that. He took a cooking pot and a folding chair from the car trunk. Here, he said, making a seat for Mama. This is a vacation. You relax while I gather the fixings for my fabulous wilderness stew. And you two tidy up the cabin, he called to the cubs as he headed into the forest with his cooking pots. But Mama didn't expect to do too much relaxing on this vacation, and she wasn't surprised to find that the cabin was an even worse mess inside than it was outside. There was an ankle-deep carpet of twigs, branches, and dead leaves on the floor, and it was practically a museum of spider webs and cocoons and mice nests. Time for another picture, thought Mama. Scurry, scurry, went the mice. Click, went the camera. What's this? Asked Sister as she cleaned leaves out of the sink. That's a hand pump for water, answered Mama. Just what I need. It was Papa, back with his cooking pot full of roots. A little water for my stew. He worked the handle. The pump gurgled and squeaked, and after a while, brown water began to squeak out. But he wasn't discouraged. Just what I need for my stew. Ready-made gravy. He carried the pot outside, where he had prepared a cooking fire. It was very exciting for the cubs. But Mama wasn't so sure, so she made a fire in the fireplace and warmed up a supper of canned beans and dried honeycomb. Sounds pretty yummy. We love honey around here, don't we, Paddington? When Papa cried, "Stew time!" the cubs ran out for their first taste. Mama followed with the camera. "Here's to living off the land," said Papa, holding up a big spoon of the strange-looking stuff. Then he, Brother, and Sister each took a taste. "Yuck!" said sister. Blah, said brother. Phooey, said Papa. Click, went the camera. Mama Bear's supper of beans and honeycombs proved very tasty. Papa Bear stretched and yawned. Now, early to bed so I can get up with the sun and catch our breakfast. The sun did rise, and it was very beautiful, but Papa snored. Right through it. The frogs, the crickets, and the owls made such a racket during the night that he hadn't fallen asleep until just before the sun lit up the sky. Papa began to get a little bit discouraged when he went out to catch breakfast. The boat sank as soon as he stepped into it, and all he caught was a gloppy mudsucker that made snuffling noises and stared. Glub, 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 said the mudsucker. Click, went the camera. It was Papa's turn to snap the pictures when Mama and the cubs tasted the wild berries. The thorns were something fierce, and the berries were so sour that even the birds puckered. Now, later, there was a perfectly beautiful sunset, but the bear family didn't get to see too much of it. They were too busy swatting the swarms of hungry mountain mosquitoes that swooped in from the lake. Live off the land, you say, shouted Mama as they ran for the cabin. With all of these thorns and mosquitoes, it's more like the land is living off of us. It began to rain just as they reached the cabin, but the roof leaked badly, and pretty soon they had more leaks than they had pots and pans. They spent a miserable night. By morning, they were soaked to their fur, and there was a foot of water in the front stairwell. I wonder if Papa's going to have something to say about that. Don't worry, said Papa. The rain can't last forever, and just as soon as I sweep out this water. But instead of Papa sweeping the water swept Papa out the door, down the muddy slope, and into the muddy, mucky lake. When Mama and the cubs reached him, he looked more like a mud ball than like Papa Bear. Say, he said, looking up at them, I have a terrific idea. Let's go home. So the bear family loaded the trunk, put the car top up, bundled into the car, and bumped and splashed down the mountain in the driving rain. The rain had stopped, and the sun had come out by the time they reached the valley, and their treehouse had never looked so good as it did that day. The next day, Mama took the film to the camera store to be developed. When the pictures came back a few days later, the bear family wrote titles on them. They began to chuckle as they passed the pictures around. The chuckles grew into roaring laughter, and soon they were laughing so hard they cried. Papa smells mountain air. We are greeted upon arrival. We taste Papa's wilderness stew. Papa catches breakfast. Our first taste of wild mountain berries. And Papa decides it's time to go home. And every so often, through the years, they take out those pictures and have an absolutely wonderful time enjoying the worst vacation the bear family ever had. The end. That was a great story, and I don't think our vacation is going to be nearly as bad as that. I think we'll go, but maybe we'll need to take an umbrella. How about that? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you again next time. Alright, keep reading. Bye-bye.